How to evaluate a business. I'm wearing my nerd glasses. These are my glasses. You know shit's serious when I'm wearing glasses. And unfortunately, I need glasses nowadays. But yeah, I'm wearing glasses right now. Because I'm doing it right now, man. I'm evaluating like 6 businesses in like 3 different states. So yeah, how to evaluate a business? Well, first of all, let's talk about like you yourself. You're a business, okay? So you have to look at yourself as a business. Like you're your own brand. You're a business too. So like there's Enep holding the camera. She's a business. I'm a business. So first of all, look at yourself as a business. Where do I want to see myself in 3 years? And then you focus on yourself, making yourself as a business move to that direction. And your business should also have a 3-year plan, like the business I have now. Also, it's a hard question. You have to ask yourself, what remarkably stupid shit am I doing that's stopping me from progressing? Stop doing that. Stop it, okay? There's an answer to that question. Like, what unbelievably ridiculous shit do I do that gets in my own fucking way? Stop doing it. Same thing in business. What's the dumbest shit we're doing that we need to stop doing? Stop it. It's amazing how people continue to do things even though it hurts them because they think it's like a habit they have. It's like, no, it's not. You can just fucking evaluate the question. You just have to want to know the answer. Okay? I mean, you have to ask yourself, like, you are doing something ridiculously stupid right now that's harming your chances of succeeding. You got to stop doing it. Every business does it too. And that's a monthly question. Or at least an annual question at the very least. Okay, if you want to be successful. All right, so once you've gotten that out, then you have to say, well, how do I want to show up in the world? How do I want to be in the world? And you be that person. And I hope that and that may change too, but hopefully right now I'm exactly where I think I want to be. But you should, that's a question. Like you look at yourself as a business and then before you can evaluate something else. In other words, until you've done your own housekeeping for yourself, you yourself and your own residence or your own business, and don't go telling other people, like, you don't really have the moral authority to evaluate someone else's household if you haven't gotten your shit in order. So remember that. I mean, you have to have your shit in order first. I hope. Unless you like talking out of your asshole. Anyway, so how to evaluate a business, and this is very, very difficult. I mean, I'm going through it right now, but I mean, luckily, and I'm teaching 2 guys that are working with me, and they're finding out. I'm not bragging. I've just been at this a long time. I'm not fucking 100 years old. Now, everything I'm saying is true. Okay? There's like what people tell you, and then there was the truth. And when someone's trying to sell you their business, and I've said this 100%, and I'll say it again, 80% of what they're telling you is not true. Don't be mad at that. They're just, listen, they're trying to sell their business. They want to get out. But you've got to get it down to 10% or 20% before you can make the purchase. So you need to know that, because the shit you may find out, that's fine, but you need to get the big shit out of the way. Okay? So, number 1 is like the business itself, like revenue versus profit. If it's not making money, it's not a good business. Don't buy something that's hemorrhaging cash and think you're going to fix it. It's not. You have to work on the assumption that whatever it's doing now, it's going to do for the first year that you own it. So revenue versus profit. And you know the difference, right? Revenue is the money that's generated. Then you have your expenses, which is the money it costs to generate that revenue. So remember this, okay? So if you make $10,000 selling lemonade, and it costs you $8,000 in supplies and cups and people to sell those $10,000 in lemonade, what's your profit? $2,000. You have a 20% profit margin. So the first thing to do is this business making money? All the businesses I'm looking at right now are making money. The question is, can we make it make more money? Or what are the opportunities? Okay, so revenue versus profit. Revenue versus minus expenses equals profit. So if it doesn't make money, let's fucking walk away, man. Walk away. Walk away. Life's too short because you're not going to turn it around, man. It's like dating someone who's a crazy bitch or a crazy man. You know, if a guy beats your ass the first time and he beats your ass the second time, he's going to keep beating your ass. So why do you stick around? It's not going to get better. Same thing with business. Like, if businesses are losing money, you got to walk away. Wait till it makes money before you walk up to it. You don't want to get into a dysfunctional situation. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is the staff, the people that work there. To me, that's a big thing. Once I know that it makes money, I've got to visit with the staff. From the upper ups all the way to the bottom to see how they're working. Now, I was at a growing facility the other day. The staff was squared away. They're working with like shoestring budget making it work. And the kid that's a grower, he's probably 23 years old, very young kid. Looks like, he looks like a baby. But he knows his shit. Okay? So you ask a lot of questions, you talk with the staff, you see the morale, you see the way they're acting. You ask, and by the way, when you evaluate a business, there's no fucking thing as a stupid question. So remember, you're the owner. You're responsible for getting the returns for your investors. My investors need to get their money back. So it's your responsibility. So there's no question that you can't ask. For example, I'll ask, like, what did you pay for that uniform? Or what do you pay for weed? How much did you make last year? Are you guys really making a profit? You're lying to me. Like, what's wrong with the roof? By the way, a physical asset like a building has the same thing as buying a house. The roof, the plumbing, the electrical, and the structure. And by the way, the resale value. We'll get into that last. The people are very, very important. Because if the people are shit, you got to fire them all and start over. And it's not that simple. When you fire 100 people in a business, you're firing 100 people that have a lot of knowledge about that business. So you're losing what's called intellectual property, which means you're going to start from scratch as if the business just started. You're fucked. So ideally, you want to go into a business where the people are very knowledgeable, they're hardworking, they just don't have the money to do what they want to do. And if you put in some money, they're going to help you. And they're on your side, and ideally, they want to stick around. Now, people don't like change, so when you take over a business, you're going to lose 1 out of 5 anyway. Because people just like what they like, but that's fine. But the core people that are there, if you can keep them, that's great. I like to keep people. I have a saying, if you do your job, you have a job. So number 1, the profitability is to make sure that it makes a profit. Number 2 is the people. Number 3 is the physical asset. So the physical asset has to have room for growth. And how do you determine growth? I'm going to give you some MBA terms, okay? Masters in Business Administration. It's very basic. It's called SWOT. Any business student in the world knows what it means. It's SWOT, SWOT. When you SWOT a business, it's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's it. You can even ask the owner, I want you to SWOT the business for me. You can outline your questions that way. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the opportunities? What are the threats? And every business has all 4. Trust me. Unless it's not a fucking business. Unless it's like made up in a piece of paper. Some guy wrote it up, but it's not real. Every real business has SWOT. So once you SWOT the business, then you evaluate it. Okay? And then the last thing is, and the most important, is the owner. I've met all the owners. If I don't like the owner, it's fucked. I walk. If the owner and I don't vibe, if I don't trust the owner, if the owner looks like a crackhead or a cokehead. I'm actually buying a business right now with a managing partner who's a very dynamic person. He owns 77% of the business. I need to meet him, otherwise this deal's not going through. Because in business, well, there's 2 things. If he's going to stay on as your partner, if you're buying the majority of shares, you have to plan your divorce while you're getting married. That's the nature of business. You got to ask yourself, if I divorce this guy, is it going to be messy or is it going to be good? So the owner is very important. And that's the last and most important part of it. So to develop a business, profit and loss, the people, the physical plan and structure, swatting it. And where you want to have the most growth when you SWOT something is where it says opportunities. Opportunities need to be the highest that they can be, when threats need to be the lowest. In the instance of these businesses, we've got huge acres of land that we can grow and expand. I think in one case we can add 10,000 foot groups. I get excited in business. 10,000 square foot greenhouses, and the other one we can add 10. But the other one makes a lot more money than the first one I mentioned. So we're evaluating whether we're going to do one or the other or both. The one that has the huge expansion opportunity also has the partner who owns 77%, who also owns a few strip clubs in Vegas who I know, but we need to meet because if he wants to be an asshole, you're not going to have a real messy fucking divorce. And I don't want to have to cut this baby in half in 5 years or have him steal my upside or vice versa. But I will cut his head off if I have to. So the problem is you have to meet with these people, make sure they're cool. You understand? And so when I talk about evaluating business, I'm doing it right now. Inadvertently, I meet somebody at the ABN who has some businesses in California City. I really like this motherfucker. He's really cool. And there's another business in Long Beach. I love these guys. They're NFL football players. But the problem is, their business isn't licensed. That's a huge risk. That's a threat. That threat is insurmountable. Because some asshole competitor can just call the city, drop a dime, and pretty soon I lose everything. And then my money's fine. Okay? Just like I went to jail for my business. Hey, that's fine. On the chin. I fucking deserve it. It's my fucking idea. But when you're dealing with other people's money, that belongs to their children, man. That belongs to their family. That's not your fucking money. So don't take risks with other people's money. Don't be a fucking prick. Lose all the money you want. Lose the houses, go to jail. That's your fucking idea. You're the boss. But don't fuck with people's money. So those are the ways how to evaluate a business. I'm doing it right now. You'll read about these businesses too in press coming up really soon. But I mean, I just want to let you know, like, it's a real struggle being a partner or a managing partner, CEO of a business, because you have to evaluate these things completely objectively, tangibly and intangibly. And then you have to make calls with money that's not always your own. So it's a high stress environment, high stress life. Luckily, I'm handsome and I'm happy. But anyway, hope you learned how to evaluate a business. Please take these, use them. You can use it to buy a car, use it to buy a house, use it to buy a lemonade stand, use it to buy anything. But these are the ways you evaluate a business. Okay? Now go out there and go buy yourself a business.